Good morning, ladies and germs. Welcome to is ladies and germs a dadism already? Or is that something I could just say?
I mean, I wouldn't say it, but I'm not a dad.
Exactly. I'm in it. What's going on? No show. What Ryan? Look at him. What we're 11 came in at 11:07 with like 11 o'clock with like 7 seconds past. He's like, where's the show? Anyway, welcome everybody to another episode of the yeah, I can't speak today. A little flustered this morning.
Welcome to
your
Chop
overhead
Sports
light's not
Daily
on.
with the.
You look fine, but welcome everybody. Wow, this is off the rails. Anyway, I know that's on me though. I shouldn't have. I usually do all the checks, and there you are. Let there be light. Welcome everybody to another episode of the Chop Sports Daily, coming to you live once again from the Flipping Made Easy studio right here in beautiful, sunny Matawan, New Jersey. It is Sturch. It is Gooch. We're chopping it up from the Cabinet Creation Sports Desk. We welcome back Rob. We were completely freaking lost without you yesterday. We were just like clicking and this and that, but we're back here once again, and we thank you guys for joining us each and every day, every single one of you. We appreciate you. We know we're brand new, and we know that the following is starting to grow little by little by little, and we're just on the infant stages of this show. So shout out to those who have been with us since Jump Street. Shout out to those who are brand new today to the show. If you want to support this show, you could do so by heading to patreon.com/Chop Sports. How about that? We took me off the screen for this one. Shout out to Gooch, another banger of a graphic. There's a lottery pick, $3 a month. There is a playoff team, $5 a month. And of course, you could be a dynasty member by doing $10 a month for Chop Sports. That's the way to do it. I suggest the dynasty, but listen, I'm just, beggars can't be choosers. I say if you want to be a lottery pick, you could be a lottery pick. That's just as good. And we thank you again for the constant and continued support for Chop Sports. I hope everybody saw my brand new Sturch merch. I don't know if anybody decided. One person.
There was one purchase.
My friend Becky. She's been riding with me for a long, long time, since the United Skates of America days. Anybody remember that place? Anybody remember Skato, the Skatosaurus? I do. I was a cook. Imagine that. A guy who doesn't eat meat made the best cheesesteaks. Huh? See, Rob? See, you think that just because I don't eat meat, I can't cook, and that's not true at all. During the pandemic, I grilled a whole lot at once.
You microwave Elio's pizza.
Nuh-uh. That was way back in the day, man. That's like it was a thing. I used to microwave Elio's after school in a pinch, needed it. Elio's pizza was the shit.
No toaster oven at your house?
I mean, there was a toaster oven, but you want it fast, you want it instant, you want it now.
Dave wanted Elio's.
I wanted Elio's rubber pizza because that shit tastes like rubber when we're on it. Oh, Commander Carson's back, ladies and gentlemen. Deployed over here in Poland?
Poland. A bunch of you guys are watching.
Dude,
we appreciate
Commander
you guys out
Carson.
there. Thank you for your service.
My guy, thank you so much for your service, Commander Carson. You are the only Commander Carson that I will be rooting for this season. And you know that for a fact.
Commodore Carson.
No, it's Commander Carson. The Washington Commodores, fine. Commander Carson. Shout out to all you guys out in Poland watching us right now. So how about that? Internationally known Chop Sports. But anyway, thank you guys for the support. Like this video, subscribe to the podcast network, subscribe to the YouTube channel, do everything that you could possibly do to support the brand. And like I said, brand new shirts available. Very basic, it's just stuff I say. And I think you should get one too. Like I dominate or I don't know.
I have some things in the works. I'm going to revisit some of the old things that I took off the store that I wore my Healthy Scratch shirt the other
Healthy
day.
Scratch was a great idea.
I just need to do it. Look, that was the
first shirt.
That was the infant stages of me doing any of my design work, and it shows when I wear the shirt, but I also like the look, the idea of it. So it'll be back and improved on, all those good things. So in the next couple weeks, hopefully by Memorial Day, we'll have another line of merch out.
All right, let's do it. Good morning to Brian Casey coming to us live from Woodbridge High School, ladies and gentlemen. I hope those faculty members are all rested up. You want us lunch that Rob still owes. By the way, yep, I haven't forgot about that, bro. Haven't forgot about it. So, but anyway, what did you say now? Can we make
a butt crack snack shirt? I'm probably going to wear a butt crack snack shirt at some point or another on the show. I just want to rock that.
That's up to you.
I just don't know that I would be necessarily wearing that for any other purpose other than this show.
Can you imagine you walking the boardwalk in the Jersey Shore?
Snack shirt. I'm not offering actual butt crack snacks out.
What if like you're walking on the boardwalk at like Jenks with Ash and you spill something all over? You're like, damn, I got to change my shirt. And the only shirt you have is hashtag like butt crack snack or hashtag taint jungle. Would you wear it? Would Ashley be like, I'd rather you go shirtless?
It depends on the setting. I don't
Then
know
you
that
blind everybody
Ash
with
isn't
your
going to let
pasty
me
white
pick out that shirt to go out and wear with her and her friends out. But if things happen when you're drunk and that's the only thing I have 4 hours into a tiki bar afternoon, yeah, I'll wear whatever.
Gotta do it. All right. So anyway,
I'll just let my titties dangle.
So first, before we get into anything else, we could talk about Nasty Nesters almost running with not perfect game, but at least a no-hitter until I turned it on the TV and literally Gooch said, why are you turning it on? Like, why? I was like, hey, man, where's the remote? And you're like, why? And I was like, no, Nestor's got a no-hitter in the sixth. And he's like, why are you turning it on then? Like, we haven't watched it up until this point. Why are you going to turn it on now? Are you one of those superstitious guys?
I'm not. I don't know why I said that. As I was saying that, I was actually embarrassed by the fact that went out to the public because we all know that I don't believe in that shit. It had zero bearing on it. Nestor just kind of ran out of steam. He lost his control.
To the ninth batter.
Shout out to Boone for at least letting him go for it.
Boone's been on a little bit of a
his pitch count was high. And I'm not completely off the Fire Boone train just yet because it's a small sample size for this season. But he's been doing a good job, and you have to tip your hat.
Yeah.
Shout out to Boone. Shout out to Cortez. And the Yankees bats got to pick it up a little bit.
Dude, what the hell? 1-0 win. That's like a whole weekend's worth of no runs.
While it's nice, it would have been very, very upsetting if Nestor pitched that gem yesterday and they couldn't end up plating that run. It's too close of a game for getting that performance out of your pitcher, but we'll take it. Another W.
Shout out to the Mets fan. Actually, you know what? It was just Kasim. Kasim is a Mets fan over on Shop Sports, the Facebook group. If you're not on the Facebook group, be sure to go join that too. We literally talk shit all day long. Sometimes people will post things on there where it's just like, all right, that was kind of corny, but sometimes there's great debates. However, Kasim put something out there. It was a graphic for the Mets getting to 20 wins. Like, what? Like, what do we... We're getting excited about 20 wins?
Yeah, I mean, I would be excited.
Yankees are at 20 wins.
I would be excited about getting to 20 wins. It's a little cat and mouse game between Yankees and Mets fans that we get to play for a couple months until the Mets fizzle out into obscurity. But I think this is the one season where the Mets might not actually fizzle out. And if I'm going to be technical about it, the Yankees would have been the first team to 20 if they didn't get rained out twice over the weekend. But then you can make the case that so would the Mets.
Toast makes a very good point.
He's right.
Yankees fans are okay with Boone because we're 20-7 or whatever, 20-8, whatever our record is. Yeah, it's not that we're with Boone. It's just like
I'm not.
His last couple days have been good. Like stuck with Nestor. Also talk shit back to the Texas Rangers manager. You know what I mean? Like I like Dave. I see tons of Yankee stuff. What are you talking about?
I don't know
what he's talking about.
He means like on the show. We're talking about Yankee stuff all the time.
Yeah, I don't know.
Either way. I'm not talking about my teams. I have a team. Don't get me started, Toast. Okay, it's too early, and I start to lay the smack it down on your fantasy team yesterday, and it's very early. It's only Monday, but my team, I had Nestor Cortez. Thank you very much. Got myself a 50 spot out of him. But yeah, no, we're with Boone right now because we're winning. Yes, but look, I'll be the first one to say like you pull the guy too quick or you made a wrong managerial decision. Meaning he meant the graphics on social media. I don't know.
Just a lot of like Yankees stuff around because they're winning, I guess.
I think I know what he's saying. Meaning like Kasim posted something about the Mets, but Yankee fans do it too, but they just didn't do it in Shop Sports. Maybe.
Okay. Well, there probably is in Shop Sports, and people are excited about both New York teams doing well.
20 wins is nothing to be happy. It's, I guess, first to 20 wins, you'd be happy about it, but we're not going to crown them. Nobody's anointed.
Kyle's clearing it up for me. I was knocking the 20 wins graphic, but meanwhile, I'll be the first one to be like, when we beat the Orioles, like, let's go, Chapman. You know what I mean?
Yankee fans are the same exact people as Met fans, only we've had more success, so we get to be the arrogant side of things. Mets fans almost all know deep down inside, at least there's a shred of that deep down inside that it's all going to come tumbling down at some point.
But here's the thing. I don't think so this year. I just knocked them for the 20 win graphic, but I don't think they're going to come crashing down this year.
Yeah. Good for the Mets fans. I hope it's good for baseball. There was not a more fun season for me when the Yankees beat the Mets in the World Series. That was probably I really wish I was. I mean, I was old enough to appreciate it of my Yankee fanhood. So let's get it. I would love that.
But like in 2000, how old are you? 14. What?
Dave, you make this.
How old were you in 2000?
So can we?
There's only one.
Clear this up.
You're 4 years
older than both of you.
Yes.
All right. So you guys are the same age. I'm 4 years older. Stop being so shocked.
Hold on.
Because you carry yourself so young, so it makes no sense to me.
I was born in 82. I was 18 in the year 2000 when I graduated high school. Are we good, gentlemen?
We're good.
We good?
We're good. We're fine. Anyway. So Chris was able to drive to the Subway Series if he had chosen to. I was not. I was in high school still, and I don't know, sophomore. But anyway, I just wish I wish I was able to appreciate the Subway Series more than what I did. You know what I'm saying?
Even
when you
still,
become an adult, you could appreciate it. I couldn't.
Same though. Even still, when you're at the back end of the run that the Yankees were on at that time, you thought they were going to win every year. They've only gotten one since then, so it's been a while. And Kyle was one.
No, AJ was swimming in his dad's walnuts in 2000. Holy hell. Yep. We're all getting old here. But anyway, so it's funny that I should bring up the 2009 World Series, the last time the Yankees won a World Series. And that was the last time any of my teams that I root for have won anything. And I say that, well, before I get into all that, you have updated stuff that I found very interesting.
Yes.
Which was the updated World Series odds. Now it's April 10th. Okay. So now these are the updated, as of right now, the teams to make the World Series. And usually Vegas has a little bit of the firm grip on the pulse of what's happening around the league. So what do we got? Who is the favorites right now? And why is it the Dodgers?
In reverse order. It's just saying, like, the way they did it, they tiered it out. And this is as per Bleacher Report. And really, it's not as per Bleacher Report. This is the reality.
Yeah, they go to Vegas.
They just compiled all this. So I'm stealing their article. A lot of these teams that are hovering around 500 that were like 200 to 1 to open the season are now 800 to 1. The Reds completely catapulted off the face.
Do they have odds for the Reds?
They do. They have odds for everybody.
It has to be plus
the Reds and the A's
50,000, maybe more. I would say
the Reds are 1,000 to 1.
I feel like that's not enough.
But they opened the season at 150 to 1. So that's the worst tier. They got the Orioles, the A's. Even though the Orioles pitching has been really good
A's
this year,
trying.
We all know that the Orioles, just the division they play in, it's just not going to work out for them in the long run.
But
I scroll down,
the whatchamacall stopped trying. The A's traded away everybody. They're playing the Moneyball stuff, and in this time, Brad Pitt's not around, so they're just losing.
So the Seattle Mariners. I'm going to get into some contenders here.
Yeah, Commander Carson coming in saying at least they're better than the Reds.
These are like semi-realistic long shots, is what they're calling them in this article. And it's the Cleveland Guardians, and they opened the season at 100 to 1. Now they're 130 to 1.
Still the Indians to me, folks.
Strange that they would put them in here at that high, or not they, but strange that they're that high. I think
they're 15 and 14 right now, second in the Central.
The Miami Marlins are still where they started the season at 80 to 1. I feel like they're getting a little more credit. I know Toast is big on the Marlins, but I mean 80 to 1.
Why is he big on the Marlins?
He just likes a lot of their guys. Sandy Alcantara. He's just that's one of his teams, Dave.
So
I wasn't going there.
Trigger warning.
I was just thinking maybe there was a specific reason he liked the Marlins, and you just said he likes the players. So
one of the teams that I liked going into the season, and you could see, judging by my fantasy lineup, that the Mariners, I think that they were one of these teams that were going to be sneaky out west. They're not really playing all that great to open the year, but their World Series odds only went down about 5 percentage points. It's open 40 to 1. I mean,
let's call it how it is. It's May 10th. Let's not.
The Red Sox got their odds cut. And, they actually doubled. They started the season at 22 to 1, and now the Red Sox are sitting at 40 to 1. That's not great. The Red Sox are playing real bad
last in the AL East,
yeah. But with that manager, I would think that they'll.
Where are the just bounce around? Where are the Detroit Tigers right now? Because Kyle put a hefty bet on them on a future bet to win the division, and AJ's coming in saying they're shit right now.
Yeah, they're not doing great. He
said come to him in 3 months. He still believes.
They opened the season at 65 to 1, and now they're at 200 to 1.
But that was World Series. We're talking. I think he bet
Kyle,
the division.
how confident are you? Because this is when you buy on the dips right here. If we're talking stock market, if you're really that confident in the Tigers that you would place a hefty wager at 65 to 1, then what's stopping you from the 200 to 1?
I would do it right now if you're that confident. Go ahead.
In that division,
son.
In that division, the Twins are ahead right now at 18 and 11, and then the Guardians, White Sox are 15 and 14.
Yeah,
White Sox.
But as I look at the Tigers, here's the reason that I think the Tigers just don't have what it takes to fix what's going on there. They have some hitters that will probably turn things around, and they have a decent pitching staff that, if they all pitch to their capabilities, can be good. But do you know what their bugaboo is right now?
Who's this?
That bullpen of the
Tigers.
The Tigers bullpen, I don't think is playing great.
Yeah,
they're not pitching well. The Rockies are improved. They opened at 250 to 1, and now they're sitting at 200 to 1, but still a pretty decent long shot. I'm going to get into some of the better teams.
Yeah,
now.
Obviously, where are our beloved Yankees and Mets?
Well,
they got to be top tier at this moment.
This is the one where I feel like you might still be able to steal some value on some of these teams that they're playing a little above their heads right now, but one or two of these teams are going to stick. I'm not sure which of them are going to have staying power, but we'll get into it right now.
Do me a favor, Commander Carson, if you can, have somebody take a picture of you guys watching us on a big screen in the barracks in Poland right now and send it to me. Either send it to Chop Sports Media or tag us on Twitter. So I got to see that
Just
because
so-
I think that's
yeah,
awesome.
man.
That's also assuming that they're in a barracks. You're assuming
just said
it,
we're in the
we are
barracks.
He's in the barracks.
Yeah.
Wow. See, I'm reading over here, guys.
Yeah, well,
Fuck you, Dave.
I'm over here. You're over here.
So Minnesota Twins, they opened the season at 60-1, and they're currently sitting at 35-1. First place in the AL Central. This is the team that a team like Detroit is going to have to chase down.
Kyle's saying the Tigers have the #1 bullpen in baseball.
I mean, I'm looking at their fantasy players every night. And
Well,
Michael
they might-
Fulmer is
lowest
right now
ERA
like
and
their
whoop.
setup guy. I don't think he's been that great. Really? Kyle, for a team that's playing that bad to have such a great bullpen.
You would think. They have, yeah, well, that's how
I
you
love
win
when people
games.
make me look bad in real time. Fuck. This is the
Keep going.
the
It feels like the
Can
first
talk
episode we
doing a
did.
live show.
They got like Brett Gardner.
Cardinals are sitting pretty at 35-1 each. The Phillies went down a little bit, much like the Red Sox opened the season at 22-1, and now they're sitting at 35-1. Still better odds than the Red Sox. After that debacle against the Mets, they should have dropped them off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
They should have scorched to the
All right.
moon, to the sun, whatever.
Tampa
Scorched, go to
Bay
the
Rays
moon.
17-1 preseason, 20-1 current. For some reason, they let go of star players every year and somehow managed to figure it out. And they're doing the same thing this year. They let Austin Meadows go
I
right
like
before
Austin
the
Meadows,
deadline,
yep.
and no harm, no foul. They're still sitting 7 or 8 games above 500
Yeah.
in a
18
very
and 12.
tough division. The Giants are the team. They're very much like the Rays, but a little bit more aggressive and willing to spend money. They are probably the most underrated franchise in all of sports over the last 15
They're
years.
always in
Yeah.
it.
The Giants
Always.
are a legitimate
They're
bona
always
fide
in.
dynasty. You look at their roster up and down, and I'm not seeing it. But then when they put it all together on the field, they're in there with the Dodgers every single year. The Giants are one of my favorites this year to win the World Series. You can't get them where you would have gotten them preseason, but it's still 20-1. I feel like that's a decent payout. Towards the end of the year when they're sitting around 100 wins, I feel like you're going to get that at like 250.
Yeah.
Yankees, Mets,
Can we
where
talk
we
about that? Let's do that first.
All right.
Finding them,
Yankees
looking,
and Mets
looking.
are
We're all the way at the top. We just have to keep scrolling.
yeah, we are.
I know. We should be. They got 20 wins. Both teams,
So,
20 wins.
Right now, the New
Yankees
York,
at 20 or 21?
New York
20.
Mets.
Not 20.
the New York Mets opened the season at 10-1, which is absurd.
It's not
Crazy.
absurd when you have the pitching that they
It's
do.
just crazy to me to hear the Mets at 10-1 to win
Yeah.
the World Series.
Now they're probably, don't
To
tell
open
me,
the season.
don't tell me, with the start that they've had, started 10-1. They're weathering the storm without the Grom. They are now 7-1.
8-1. And Toast, the Giants,
Close.
they don't have
Close.
the best
Hey, where the
pitching
Nats
staff,
at?
but every year they don't have the best pitching staff, and somehow or another they find their way in the end.
8-1. So they only moved up twice. And that's
And
with possibly coming.
Sclafani's coming back with his 4 flat
That's
ERA.
possible. I
Toast.
mean,
Don't-
other guy,
no
the other
slander
guy,
on the Giants.
the Grom is actually making positive strides. So you're wondering, I'm wondering if he comes back, because if he comes back, boy, and that pitching staff stays the way they are between Max and Bassett and fucking the other guy that just came
It
back.
makes you
Like,
think he's gonna want to like do everything in his power to come back now for sure, right?
I mean, you would have to assume that he's not going to be one to be like, I'm going to shut it down. You know what I mean? Like if he can get back, DeGrom's going to get back. I don't know the guy personally. I can't tell you like, oh, he's such a gamer, but like I can look at this guy and say, if the Mets continue the trajectory that they're going right now, 100% are going to make his comeback. 100%.
Absolutely.
Join this group. What are the Yankees
I'm gonna go answer Commander Carson's question
as far as the
because-
Nationals?
Yeah, the Nationals
win the
but
World
I have to go
Series.
all the way to the top
Oh, we're in the
because they are not.
we're in the
they
shitty.
are not in a good place.
sorry.
Right now.
All right.
Wow.
Let's talk about the NL West for a second. Look at this. NL West, you got the Dodgers at 19-8,
Mhm.
Padres 19-11.
Mhm.
The Giants are
And the
7
Padres are doing this without with
Yeah.
Tatis.
The Giants are 17-12. The Rockies 16-13.
What is it with the West, man?
And the Diamondbacks are
it the weather?
16-14.
Yeah, and
The
Diamond-
AFC
all
West,
over
the
the
NL West,
the
everybody in the West
Diamondbacks.
is-
Now I guess that
AFC
sheds a little
West.
bit of light on what I was talking about earlier. When there's teams that they had really bad odds to open the season, and now they're actually with a winning record, 1 game above 500, and their odds got worse. But when you look at the teams that are above them, it's the Dodgers.
Yeah.
It's hard to look
crazy.
up from the
So
basement in that
it's
division.
tough
You're
to
like,
pass
oh,
those teams,
Jesus,
and just
look at this.
understanding what's happening in baseball.
So what are
on
the
a
Nats? I'm
night-to-night
sorry.
basis.
Did you say it?
The Nats are bottom 3. So the Nats
Sorry,
opened the
Carson.
season at minus. They were 150-1, and they currently sit at 800-1. There's going to be
800-1.
Ooh,
Atlanta.
That's just to
Excuse
win a
me.
division?
No,
That's just to win the World Series.
Oh, man.
So yeah, we don't have division odds in front of us, but we do have World Series odds.
And the sad thing about the Nationals case over there, Commander Carson, and I hate to be the one to break this to you, but as a Nationals fan, I'm not sure how long you've followed the team, but
he's a Commander Carson.
They are not shy when it comes to getting rid of star players around the deadline. I know they offered Soto that big deal.
He says they're coming in right now saying he doesn't think they're going to keep Soto.
I don't think they're going to keep Soto, but I don't think he's a trade candidate just yet. I think he's young enough for another chance at a rebuild. But Josh Bell has some impending free agency, and he's a first baseman.
Bell from the Pirates?
He was on the Pirates, and now he's one of their big bats over there. Josh Bell is a name that you could look forward to being moved at some point or another this season when the Nationals really fall out of favor.
He loves being in Washington, according he's not going anywhere. Well, Toast, I'm here to tell you that you should know of all people. Money talks, my friend. So if somebody like Mr. Moneybags McGee over in Flushings says, here's $1 trillion to come play for the Mets,
it's not
he's going
about
to the Mets.
There's no chance at him leaving unless the team initiates that for the next couple of years. So
how much longer is he under
him
contract?
Being happy or him not being happy has zero bearing. It's really just about what they want to do. They offered Soto a mega deal that he turned down because it was a low ball offer, considering what he will get in the market.
It's a low ball offer when it's spread over that many years. Yeah.
It was a low ball offer.
No, if he could size it and make it more money per year, he would have probably fucking signed.
Well, then it wouldn't have been a low ball offer.
Moving on. Where are the Yankees at right now? Where are the Yankees?
I got to scroll all the way back down.
Ooh, he's going to keep going and going and going and going.
Because my face recognition didn't work. All right.
Wow. True or false? There's a question while you pull that up. Kyle Kerms, true or false? Trevor Bauer starts a game this season. No, he's
false. He got suspended for two seasons.
And he hasn't even gone.
And they made the announcement that it is not retroactive. The games that he sat out do not.
So the answer is false.
So the answer is false. And I'm surprised I didn't bring this up. Which we will after the World Series odds, or maybe we'll save it for tomorrow because it is kind of worth talking about.
It's kind of gross, but yeah.
I mean,
wait, Kyle, how are you just finding out about this? He said 2 seasons, bro. He was suspended for the amount of
I think that was
2
Vegas.
seasons. So 300. He was suspended for 324 games, I believe, which is equivalent to 2 seasons. They did that because now if he even goes through an arbitrator or whatever the fuck, and he goes to the Supreme Court or whatever, if they knock it down, they're probably still going to knock it down a year. And remember, this year don't count. So he's gone out of baseball. It's over for him. His career is over.
Last year
There's nobody that's going to take a chance on a Trevor Bauer 2 years removed from baseball.
So I'm a Juan Soto situation. He signed a 1 year, $17 million contract.
That's arbitration.
Yeah, but that's arbitration.
So, but he's not good till he's not unrestricted free agent
2025.
Damn, he's got 3 more years.
He's got 3 more years. Yeah, there's no reason why the Nats would move off of him right now, unless they're really like desperate to get rid of that $17 million in arbitration. But that would only be scaled on how many games were left this season. And then the team that they trade him to. Look, star players don't get traded when there's 3 years of team control. I don't care. It's not going to happen. The Nationals have some money.
You know, it's funny. Toast coming in. Did you get the Yankees odds yet?
Yeah, I know what they are. They're 7-1.
7-1. So just one number above the Mets right now.
So they're the favorite right now?
Are they no, the Dodgers are 100%.
The Yankees and the Blue Jays both opened the season at 9-1, and they're both sitting currently at 7-1.
So the Blue Jays actually
tied
same.
for second.
Wow, shit.
Yankees and the Blue Jays tied.
I like that.
And the clear favorite out here is the Dodgers, and it's at 4.5-1, and it opened at 4.75-1. So not really great value.
I mean, they're just loaded, though. They're loaded. And to answer Toast's question before about how the Yankees are giving or Yankee fans are giving a pass to Gallo, I know I'm not. Are you? I'm for his glove now. At this point. I just know he's not.
I'm not giving him a pass because 183 is awful. But when you look around Major League Baseball, I think there's about 50 players in baseball that are batting under 199 right now, which is absurd to me. And so it's. I don't want to say that I'm giving Gallo the pass, but I do think Gallo's lefty presence in the lineup. I do think that.
Yes. How many question marks are you going to put?
I think
he's a Golden Glove. He won like fucking 4 Golden Gloves.
I think his track record affords him a little bit more time, and the fact that we were dealing with Brett Gardner in that position for the last couple of years. And I think Joey Gallo, he affords the right to try and fix things before we just pull the plug on it.
And I asked this question to you or to Toast or whoever's a Yankee fan. What's the answer then? If it ain't Gallo, you're not putting Stanton in left. He's not playing the field.
I mean,
on an everyday basis.
You can, but
you
you have to worry about things like that. And the shift will be gone after this year too. So Ken brings up a good point. I think a lot of these guys that are batting 190,
very good point,
you might
Ken.
see a little increase in batting average across the board.
I'm talking in general, Toast. Like, for the love of God. Like, I'm not saying like, he's made 3 errors in 4 games. Like, no, I'm talking about in general. That's why you give him a pass.
That's why
as a player. I'm not saying like he's
only 5 weeks into the season, if that, 4 weeks into the season. So guys that have 5 years of Gold Glove potential outfield and good base running, and he strikes out. He's always struck out a lot, but he's always had decent amount of walks. But he hit 40 bombs.
When we were at the game, Chris, remember, I'm not. I don't care.
It's better than 183.
I'm not a Yankee fan at all, but from his first at bat, they were boo. And before he even took a swing, they were booing him. Yeah. Nobody's giving him a pass, especially.
Trust me, they're not.
They were
and as far as Gardy,
so bad.
You're not going to find a bigger apologist for Brett Gardner. I love Brett Gardner. I know there's people out there that absolutely despise Brett Gardner because of the, just you hung on for just a little too long. I'm for Brett Gardner, but we have a guy like Brett Gardner now, and it's Tim LeCastro. And look, he's the guy. He's the new Brett Gardner. Younger, faster.
What are we paying Gallo right now?
Probably next to nothing. I can't imagine it's a lucrative contract.
And
it was a trade, so like whatever Texas was paying him.
Yeah. So I don't
not
know.
Like we're gonna re-up.
I don't know where he's at in his
re-up.
career and what his contract is like, but I just don't imagine that. You're saying trade him for a bullpen arm. Who knows that anybody's even interested in Gallo at this point?
Correct. Who's gonna trade for his stock isn't
very
high
fair,
right
though.
now.
Teams would be highly interested in Gallo if the Yankees were interested in moving him.
Breaking news: Kyle Lowry is ruled out for tonight.
I know it's just
hamstring.
Oh, all right. We'll get into that in a little bit. Obviously, I'm talking in good spirits right now. I did have a little bit of a rough morning, and I haven't had a rougher night last night because my beloved New York Rangers got embarrassed on national television yesterday as the Penguins steamroll. They win 7-2, 5 goals in the second period. It was just a wrap from the start. Igor's they're doing the Marty thing. If you guys are old school Devils fans, you know how the chants of Marty and Marty's better or Marty, like whatever. They're chanting Igor in a derogatory way, and it's getting to this kid, and he's about to win the award for the best goalie in hockey this year for the regular season. It didn't translate, unfortunately, to the playoffs right now. 1, they played that triple overtime game in game 1. 2, it's just not there right now. And I don't know. He's been pulled in 2 of the games already, Chris. And when you do that to somebody and you bench somebody, that's demoralizing. You're in the playoffs. You're expecting to be the best of the best like you were in the regular season. And now he's looking at potentially not playing in game 5. Like, you might be benched, but their head coach on record, no, he's our guy. He's our guy for how long? How short's his leash? Because you let up all these goals immediately, and 5 goals in 1 period. Some teams don't score 5 goals in 2 games.
Where's the defense, bro?
The defense is not. That's the thing. And it's funny you bring that up because the defense. I'm not saying John Tortorella was a better coach, but he had these guys playing a little harder, and he had these guys playing defense. I remember in that 2015 run. There was so many guys diving in front of the puck, in front of all the shots, blocking shots. So the pucks wouldn't even get to King Henrik. And I don't even know why I call him King. I don't know. People call him King Henrik for whatever reason. Henrik Lundqvist. They wouldn't even get there. The shots wouldn't even go on goal because he had defensemen literally laying out their bodies to block a shot.
Clear it.
Right. They don't do that nowadays. Nowadays, they got Gallant, this head coach, who is just a little bit on the he's loose. He's just saying, like, you guys play your game. Go do your thing. Right? Their game is not playing defense. And some of these guys are not willing to get in front of a shot. And it pays dividends because all of a sudden you're down 3-1. And not only are you down 3-1, you're down 3-1 to a third string goalie. Okay. I know you're snoring. I won't spend any more time on this. The Rangers sucked last night. It was a brutal loss. Tomorrow, their backs are against the wall. And hopefully they get
How much do you think that triple overtime game that they should have won?
I mean, that has to be a little bit of a factor in all this shit.
I think
because
it's
like,
too, though,
since then, they haven't. The problem is they bounced back in 1 game too. You know what I mean? So you're like, oh, we're all right. We're going to be fine. And then it's just like the grit and the steam got sucked out. It's like this team was now rebuilt for this year to be tougher because last year we got bullied around, right? This year you got guys like Ryan Reeves laying guys out just because he feels like it, right? So that grit and that toughness has been taken away.
And it's like,
and Sidney Crosby is still a bitch. Okay.
Yeah.
Is he good at hockey? Is he one of the best in the world? Yes. I just don't personally like the guy. And I can speak for Devils fans. I can speak for Bruins fans. I can speak for everybody who's not a Penguins fan. Crosby's a bitch.
I love
Nobody likes
Crosby,
him.
and I'm not a Penguins fan.
And it's like they're scoring like 3 goals in a period. It's like,
Bro,
it's like
he's
it's
just he's
over. And you're
skating
like,
circles
what's
around
going
some of
I
on?
these
like
guys.
Crosby
It's
because
disgusting.
everybody else hates him, and because I would always trade for him in rigged NHL seasons.
Clear Commander Carson with the clear it. So you don't understand.
Clear it.
So just so you know, this Saturday, and I keep forgetting, I didn't plug it yet, but this Saturday, myself and Gooch, Mr. Non-Hockey himself, and Rob will be with us as well. Mr. Non-Hockey himself will be calling a hockey game between the Woodbridge Police Department and the Woodbridge Fire Department /EMS. We did it last year. It was amazing. This guy, he impressed me. He knew some of the rules. It was a lot of fun. And I think he's one
You
year.
say some of the rules. I say I know all of the fucking rules. I embellish that I don't know hockey. I don't care about it, but I mean, I played the video game for a lengthy period.
And that's
of time
why
in my
he's
life, so I know
Tampa
the
Bay
rules.
Lightning fan, because he played with Stamkos on the video game.
I
and
used
just
to be a Calgary
reign supreme.
Flames fan with a Ginla. Right?
Calgary Flames. All right. Anyway, so the Rangers, backs against the walls. Let's get it done. Am I confident? No, I'm not. I think this could be the beginning of the end.
Wait, when is that game?
It's tomorrow night.
You want to see a dead body?
Yeah.
Watch that game.
Yeah. You want to see a dead body? Just get a camera view of my house. Because it's over. Yeah. So that's that.
Dark.
It is dark.
We are into the dark,
and I
dark
made it-
arts here.
And I
at
tweeted
Chop
it, and I
Sports.
tweeted it last night. And I said in 2009, I may have, and look, the Yankees are off to a nice start, but I may have seen the last championship I'll ever see in 2009. My Cowboys, my Yankees, my Rangers, and my Knicks. Find me the champion.
I think I'm gonna get up to like 10 more.
No, but if you're looking at me as a fan of all the 4 of those teams,
I only have
are the Yankees
I
my
only
only,
have
only prayer?
2 teams though. So really,
You only have the Packers and
the
the Yankees.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm saying, like, if you look at a guy who's desperately passionate about 4 teams, do you see any championships in my future?
Yankees.
Do you, though?
Yeah, because I think I'm gonna get like 5 to 10, and the Yankees are definitely included.
This guy's
in
team
that.
can't win a playoff game, and he's getting on me about, all right, you know what? Whatever.
Wait, whose team can't win a playoff game?
Can't win a big playoff game.
Every playoff game is big.
Well, then you can't win a playoff game because you've won a couple, but then when they count and they matter the most, Aaron Rodgers folds like a lawn chair.
So
It's true. I'm not saying, listen, I'm
so
just
we can't win a playoff game, but we win them, and you're like, well, you can't win big ones, and it's like, well,
the
every playoff
bigger
game
ones,
is big.
divisional round, the conference championship. How many? I'm not going to have this conversation with you right now. How about we talk about a guy who hasn't lost ever? And we're talking about, except for last year, and I guess a couple other years of that, and the Giants kind of own his ass too. Talking about Tom Brady, as he's a brand new analyst for Fox Sports starting next year. I think this is a terrible move for the announcement to happen now. I think this takes his focus off of football. I think he's going to think, life after football, it'll be fine. You know, I got everything set up, hand it to me on a silver platter, and that's that. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I'm here to tell you, are going to go 7-10. I just don't foresee all of this Brady hype right now. I don't know. He even said it in a tweet. He was like, real excited about this, but unfinished business, Tampa Bay. I'm like, do you have unfinished business? You kind of got finished last year.
I don't think this is a case of Tom Brady looking ahead. He's the most prepared, calculated person that I've ever seen in any sport.
You're talking, and this guy coming from a guy who wants to fight him.
Bro, I don't, I would definitely kick the shit out of him, but it has no bearing on how calculated he is in planning out his next move. And Tom Brady's just a little ahead of the rest of us when it comes to deciding what he's going to do with his future. Clearly, Tom Brady is the smartest guy business-wise in the NFL. He's got a brand with his sweatshirts. They cost like $180. My sweatshirts are probably better, and they cost $30 or $40. Fuck you, Tom. And look, what did you expect? Did you expect anything besides this? We're going to get force-fed Tom Brady until we're dead.
All right. First of all, Ryan and Toast and everybody's look. Do I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are actually going to win just 7 games? Probably not. So everybody take my tongue-in-cheek comment and calm down.
Yeah, they're going to win their division.
Ryan, never shaving the beard. Get over it, okay? I don't know how, but you want a picture of me with a non-shaving beard? I could send you something from 2009, the last time it happened. Actually, it happened once over the pandemic because I was just like, I don't know when I'm going to get back to a barber. I might as well just do this and start fresh. Started fresh. My daughter didn't even recognize me. This is not happening again. This stays. It's the moneymaker. Everybody knows that.
So we got Tony.
As said on the documentary.
So Tom Brady is going to win the Super Bowl this year.
So
Obviously, we know that's going to
steamroll
happen. God damn it, Tom.
Yeah.
So you got Tony Romo on CBS.
Yeah.
Drew Brees on NBC.
Mm-hmm.
Peyton and Eli on ESPN. Now you got this guy. On
So
Fox.
now they only take amazing, great quarterbacks.
And you got Aikman and the other guy on Amazon,
and
right?
Buck. So, but I did write this down.
Tom Brady's not going to be calling games.
He's the lead analyst.
Analyst, meaning like he's
Him
going to
and,
be with
like,
Kevin Burkhardt.
Kevin Burkhardt.
So he's actually going to be in the booth?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That is so fucking annoying.
What are you talking about?
I
love
thought Tony
Tom Brady
Romo was
talking.
going to be annoying too.
I think he's going to be really good. Listen,
so it's
here's
sickening.
Here's where I'm at with
I
this.
would much rather
Because
see
of-
him like on the panel.
No, because of somebody who is, talking about myself here, who has been in the broadcasting game for a long, long time, right? And I started off as a color analyst for some of these high school football games, right? And I'm like, I really like doing color, right? I like doing the critiquing and the analyzing, the breaking down and all this other shit. I used to do that, easily, right? And then I switched over to play-by-play, and I really found that I like play-by-play more, right? I like calling the games as it happened. There will never be, and I'm going to tell you this right now, bold-faced, May 10th, 2022, there will never be a major network to hire a quote fan or somebody who's worked their way in the business as a color analyst ever again. The reason why I say that,
that's been the case.
but I know now it's official because when you bring in guys like Tom Brady and then they put guys like, and let's be honest, Aqib Talib, holy Jesus, you can't even understand a goddamn thing he's saying, because he's just talking all sorts of shit.
Carlos Beltran,
Beltran, you get like the Yankees, and
I love my Boricua brothers, but goddamn,
me too.
Beltran,
but
I can't fucking deal with it.
It's over. The days of guys putting in the work to be a color analyst on major networks, it's done. You see it in the NBA, you see it in baseball, you see it in football. All former players will hog up this shit forever.
That's why a lot of these kids, when they go to college for like sports talking and stuff like that, like commentary.
It doesn't matter at this point because you have to either be a play-by-play or you're out.
If you're in the NFL, if you say you're going to Alabama and you're going to be, let's just say, any position that you are, you do sports broadcasting.
In school,
if you make the NFL, which if you go to Alabama, you're probably gonna. Then after your career's over, you get ushered right in.
Chris, it's so funny because he says that we have enough Cowboy players being in the booth. They're good at what they do. You can't not. Who's not good?
Moose is not good.
Moose is actually phenomenal.
Tony Romo is
phenomenal.
phenomenal.
Bad.
Romo
Tony
and
Romo is
are
good.
Nobody
Troy
else is
Aikman,
good.
I'm not
so
really.
There's only three, and you named two of them. Who are good.
Witten, Moose.
Witten doesn't count. He's not in the booth anymore. That was an experiment that they got rid of real quick. They're like, this guy stinks, and they never let him do it again.
Louis Riddick is great. Oh my God, me and you can't be friends, bro.
No, Riddick sucks.
Riddick sucks.
He's terrible,
bro. This is the general manager for the Detroit Lions, and he has no business to speak on anything
and when him and Greasy are in the booth, nobody knows who's talking. Him and Greasy,
they talk over each other.
Him and Greasy sound the same, dude. Same.
Yeah.
Ugh. No, anyway, I'm not going to get
Gus Johnson. I don't want to hear it.
Oh, Gus Johnson is the best. Actually, you know what? The guy who, and I don't know why I was watching this for more. You know why? Because I was on my DirecTV app. I was watching. Who the hell was? He was doing the National Rangers broadcast last night, and I was like, okay, this guy's really good. Why am I drawing a blank of who he was? But in any event, no more color commentators that were once upon a time coaches or friends or fans or anything like that, because it's just not there. Not there. Commander Carson coming back, took a picture for you guys, moving out to Lublin, Poland tomorrow, and we should be set up by Friday. I can get it to you then.
Be safe out there.
Be safe, my man. You guys keep doing your thing. Thank you guys for your service. You guys are
also, if anybody wants to get a hold of Tom Brady and let him know that we have an event coming up where if he wants to come and join us, I will gladly beat the shit out of him in front of all of our fans at Chop Sports. So,
and the fight has been booked.
Been politicking for the Brady fight for a while. Anybody think I could beat up Tom Brady?
Why not? Did you see him play basketball against his son?
Did you see him throw a
Did he kiss him on the mouth after?
Probably.
So I didn't ask Rob.
Loves him.
Rob. Didn't ask him. I didn't ask you if you thought I could beat him in one-on-one. You think I could beat him in a fight?
All right, I'm gonna be honest.
I think I would.
If Tom Brady were to walk in here and say like, good morning, guys, I'm Tom Brady, and we're like, duh.
I'd ask him for an autograph.
You'd ask him for an autograph for what?
I would be like, don't say anything that I don't like him.
I think he would give you a run for your money, bro. I don't think you could beat the shit out of Tom. Yeah,
I don't. And I'm being serious.
I don't think you can just take him.
He's
I don't think.
I think that Tom Brady hasn't thrown a punch in his life with ill intent. Even when he celebrates a touchdown, it's like,
yeah, for real.
I'm not buying it.
He's a professional athlete.
I'm not saying that I would. I'm not saying that I would beat him in a quarterback contest. I'm saying that I would beat him in a fist fight. I don't think Tom Brady has any interest in getting punched in his mouth. Nor do I think that he's got anything. He gets
punched in the mouth every Sunday.
I don't think he's got anything besides a straight right. I'll tell you this: if the fight goes more than 3.5 seconds, he'll probably beat me up though.
He's got the wind over you. I think
I'll still kick the shit out of.
Did you ever see his combine picture with no shirt on, dude? That's when he was in college.
Okay, and now look at him now. He's got the TB12 health line, and the guy looks better than ever.
How many times do you think Tom Brady has gotten into a fist fight in his life?
Over under setting at 2.
I'm saying 0. Zero fist fight.
Maybe one.
In his entire life.
Maybe one.
Everybody has a past. Everybody
pretty
goes
sure
to
he went
middle
to prep
school.
school.
He was because
I don't want to hear that Tom Brady's a professional athlete and that's why he would beat me.
Scoop, that's right.
Brady has more wingspan.
I do not care.
What about tackling Tom Brady? Could you tackle Tom Brady? I think you would get out of that.
Tackle Tom Brady? What? I'll tackle any player in the NFL.
Me too.
Any player in the NFL.
No, you won't.
Stop it. Derrick Henry, with the exception of Derrick Henry.
Okay.
I'm not trying to die tonight. Yes, you can. I've had this debate.
You ain't tackling Zeke.
There is not.
You ain't
Oh my God.
What? You ain't tackling Zeke. You're not.
First of all, there's a couple things. This has been an ongoing debate that I've had in my life for eternity. Any NFL player is getting tackled.
Anybody coming at you full force is going to run you over. I'm not saying
that I'm going to go 100 for 100, but like, am I capable of tackling a guy that's running with the ball? I don't have to stay up. He does, right?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, I can make a tackle.
You were out of breath from shooting baskets. You're talking about a fight. You'd be completely gassed in 5 seconds.
Well, he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Well, my point is, I'm going to
Jerome Bettis, according to Kyle Palmer, would kill you.
Jerome Bettis is 4,000 pounds. Fuck him. And Tom Brady.
I have a hard time thinking you could tackle me.
Dave, don't give yourself that much credit.
I'm just saying. You ready for some film?
First of all, you're making it seem like I didn't play football my entire life. I
could
tackle somebody.
I just don't think
I can make a tackle. I wrestled. I could take you down. I could probably take you down just standing. Like, let's go wrestle.
Guys, we're going to have so much content
I agree with
you.
that because you've wrestled. You could probably take me down. I don't have a takedown defense.
My point is, it's like if we're just going to meet in a hole, like I might get the worst of it, but they're going to go down.
Like if you were doing that drill that we used to do, that we used to love, right? The what do you call Oklahoma
drills? Yeah.
I'm feeling like somebody would just.
So now everybody wants to put stipulations on it.
I'm not putting any stipulations on it.
No, like I'm talking about in the comments. They're saying open field. I don't know that there's anybody in the league that's making certain tackles on NFL running backs in the open field.
Deion Sanders.
So no, I'm saying that if it's like, all right, there's 3 bags, right? Mm-hmm. And the coach is like, tells the runner in his ear which hole he's got to run to, and I'm on the defensive side, and we have no choice but to meet, I'm making the fucking tackle. It's that simple.
There's going to be so much content this summer, and trust me, I will have all this on video.
Bro. I'm down to die.
I will get I'll tell you right now. We're friends with all the local high school kids. I got an issue thinking that if you put pads on right now, that some of the running backs at Woodbridge or Colonia or any would run you over.
I don't think so.
Stop, dude.
All right. Well, guess what? Guess what's coming to this network?
Also, I would love to strap up again. I have dreams like this.
Well, the test guys said we could.
Oh man,
that's next year though, probably.
No, they're open all year. They're fully functioning right there.
So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna start training, and there's gonna be. I'm gonna start Terry Tating people in the fucking in the streets. It's like
you're the whole Rocky IV soundtrack playing.
There's going to be a woman walking upstairs later to get her eyebrows done. As soon as I see her cross into my line of sight, I'm going to fucking take her out.
What was that commercial that the guy was in the office and like it was a Super Bowl commercial way back in the day? The guy used to just tackle everybody.
I also think that if I was a starting running back for the Cowboys, I'd average more yards per carry than
No, Sean Marino's on his way back to town to see if Chris can tackle him. Better not hit his ankle.
Oh my god!
What a great like I've seen NFL defenders get truck stick. It's hard to believe that you wouldn't. That's what I'm trying to say. Like these guys are NFL athletes. Like there's no shot that you can just open field tackle somebody.
Ken thinks you're going to be dragged for 30 yards.
It's going to be like Spike with the little kid from the Little Giants.
Bro, you might actually see one of these motherfuckers get flip upended because they're thinking the way you guys are all thinking. I'm just going to stop their knees.
Hey, Mike, welcome to the show.
That's
Chris thinks he could tackle NFL running backs.
What's going on,
Mike?
What up, Mike? Bring it over here.
Yeah, we were just playing with
I'm surprised.
Check this out.
We got him talking about him getting tackled and stuff.
No, not getting tackled.
Tackling somebody.
And I also think that if I played running back in the NFL, I could average more than 1 yard per carry. This is also a debate.
You're out of your mind.
1 yard per carry? The offensive line does the job for you.
Just because you burn scoop in a parking lot doesn't give you the right to say that you could do all this stuff. Unbelievable.
Dave,
Whew. Anyway, so look
I
at
am
this.
down for the
so
get
ready?
down. My whole thing is this from now on.
This is Cornstars LLC, by the way. He's in the comments right now. One of our newer sponsors. We're very excited about this because he's actually going to provide some of the boards over at the party. You can probably see it, right? No, just put it there. It's literally a device that
You can see it.
measures. I'll take the device off. It's very tiny. I think it's $20, right? $20. But
if you use the promo code Chop Sports, you
Ba-bang.
get 20% off.
So
your
it's a
entire
device
order.
to
So
make
it's-
sure
So it's $16.
you're on level playing field, and I love it. I actually love it. We got some for the studio. We're gonna get little mini bags and come and do tournaments and stuff. And I guarantee you that he'll dominate.
We had brief conversations with Mike last week before he came on Jimmy's show.
Yeah.
And we have the barbecue coming up on June 26th, and Mike is very much going to be a part of that. He's going to have a little pop-up stand with all his stuff. So we would like everybody that's watching to welcome Mike to the chat, because hopefully Mike's going to be a mainstay now. I think that
hell yeah.
There was a conversation the other day, and this is his first time here.
So
So hopefully he likes what he's saying.
I gotta say, Joe LaCour came in. This is his most ridiculous show ever. Hey, listen, this is beautiful stuff. It's like, and you know what's funny? I'm not just doing this for the camera. I firmly believe he'll get killed.
Scoop, you actually are on my shit list because I heard something that you said today. And I fucking take these things serious.
Is this
bro.
a challenge?
What happened?
What
did he say?
Bro, you ready? Scoop. For everybody that's listening right now, I'm being dead. I am being dead.
Tread
serious
lightly.
Right now.
Oh
Scoop,
boy. Okay.
if I ever hear you slander me again and say that I'm awful at something after I embarrassed you publicly in a sporting event, it's going to be a problem. Now me and Scoop got to play one-on-one because he's talking shit about my basketball skills when I fucking own you in football. Let's go, baby. I don't care. You won't even get a shot off. No jump shots allowed, bro.
That has to happen. That's easy.
Scoop, I love you, buddy. I'm glad that I brought everybody in and thought I was just really being serious, but I wasn't.
Good.
Scoop's my guy.
All right. So
I'll tell you what, though. Fuck, I'll beat you too, Kyle.
Besides our boy here, Mr. Mike, was it Carpolo? I forgot his name. He scrolled up. Sorry. Caprio. Sorry. You know what he's not going to have any trouble doing? Paying for his long-term health care. You know why? Because he's got Fusco, baby. He's never going to run out of money for retirement, because if you go to Michael Fusco, you could stop worrying and start planning. A comprehensive retirement plan gives you security and greater control over your money. Michael Fusco can help. As president of the Fusco Insurance Agency, not me, we're talking about Mike, he can work with you to create a comprehensive retirement plan. He'll explore using life insurance and annuities to help you build a more secure future so you can worry less right now, ladies and gentlemen. Call 718-701-5787 to schedule your complimentary consultation. That's 718-701-5787. 5787. Guarantees and protections are subject and play. I'm trying to say it fast, like it's like one of those things you hear on a radio ad, like you never actually hear what he's saying. Guarantees and protections are subject to claims paying ability of the issuing company. Some insurance policies are not available in all states. So that is our boy Michael Fusco.
Yes.
My phone locked up. Why?
Speaking of our boy Michael Fusco, why don't you take care of your boys and head on over to manscape.com and use the promo code CHOPSPORTS. You get 20% off the Ultra Smooth package, and that Ultra Smooth package includes the Lawnmower 4.0 equipped with the 400K LED trimmer. You get your ball sack nice and trimmed down to your liking, reducing the risk of nicks and cuts, and then you take out that trusty stumpy little hand razor. I don't know what it's called. It's called the crop shaver. You apply the crop exfoliator, and then you apply the crop gel, and you have a nice gleaming booty crack for the ladies' butt crack snack. Head on over to manscape.com. Use the promo code CHOPSPORTS and do the goddamn thing. Take care of your boys.
All right. Take care of those boys. Have to. All right. So last night, there was some NBA, believe it or not, and that was the playoff games between the Boston Celtics and the Bucks, and the Warriors and the Grizzlies. We start with the Boston Celtics. What do you know? They've evened it up. It's a series is now tied at 2. It's really starting to feel suspect to me, man. I'm telling you, all these series except for like one is 2-2 all of a sudden after being 2-0. Let's really start to dive in here. And I don't know. I haven't looked because I've decided to take a little bit of a step away from the gambling world, which I shouldn't. But I would anyway, just because,
typically people say you should. Like it's
rare
that people are like, I should keep gambling.
Well, I'm just saying, because you know what it is? I don't want to just blindly bet and not be able to watch. If I know I'm not going to be able to watch the game wholeheartedly.
I got to be honest, it's the only way I bet.
and not watch the game?
Unless it's football, I hate watching my bets. It's just I'll watch it on my phone. The game
the Celtics even it up 116-108, 8-point win. Horford steps it up in game 4. He has a monster game, 30 points. Tatum with the ever so popular double-double with 30 points and 11 boards. Giannis 34 and 18. He had a hell of a game, but that's all there was. All that was. I know. Rob's over there saying, "I told you guys."
He made that one fatal error where he stared down Al Horford, the aging Al Horford yesterday, and Al Horford just completely took over the game in a vintage like 2001 Al Horford.
They shot 16 for 19 in the fourth. The Celtics 84%.
Yeah, you're not beating that.
Not beating way. That. It was all Giannis by himself, basically.
Just to bring this up, Joe LaCorey, speaking of Manscaped, and these guys do rock, by the way. The 3rd of July, we'll be at the Chubby Pickle this Friday, May 13th at 8:30. Where's the Chubby Pickle? I want to go.
It's in Highlands.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Ashley's making fun of my middle-agedness and saying that I always have my butt crack out.
You do, and I never bring it up.
Oh, Dave, let's just start a fucking tally on how many times I've seen your fucking ass crack.
Have you?
Yeah.
I'm very
on here.
I pride myself in trying to cover up every inch of my body because I'm very insecure.
There's been several incidences where we're hanging things and we just get caught in precarious positions.
Oh, well,
I had to be subject to the tippy top of Dave's ass crack.
That's cool.
I was like, is that your lower back or the top of your ass?
Yikes.
Oh, or both.
Chris Payne, Giannis is real suspect after that flop after the Horford dunk. Expert bitch level is what Payne is. I didn't see it, so I don't know what he's talking about. But was there a dunk on like Horford just posterized him? And
all I saw was the meme, and it was
Giannis, if it's a meme,
Giannis, it was Giannis staring down Horford, and Horford said that just changed something in him after the post game. He took it personally, and he went off. So the rest is history, or is it?
Look at that. See, Brian Casey actually bringing worlds together here. He actually works with a guy and bought the cornhole level last year as a prototype. It was awesome. Small world. There you go. Boom, boom, boom. We're just leaving it on the desk for the remainder of the show.
I don't even know if I was speaking about any play.
Nah, he was talking to Chris Payne. There was a play last night when
there's multiple Chris's, by the way.
Jaylen Brown went up for it was going to be like a dunk, and Giannis like playingly grabbed his neck from behind. And Jaylen Brown like swat at him, like, bro, don't
grab his neck.
Don't touch me.
Don't grab his neck.
This is game 4 of the
yeah, bro. And that's what the commentator was saying too. Like, bro, these guys play. It's 7-game series. Like after game 3, it's like there's none of these guys like each other. You know what I mean? It's constant stuff going on, and nobody wants
Commander
to play.
Carson, go Bullets. Oh, the old Washington Bullets. So anyway, this series 2-2. Game 5 will be, I believe, tomorrow night, if that makes sense, if they're going every other night, which they should. It's a best of 3 now, ladies and gents. And is this going back to Boston now? I believe it is. If it went 2-2, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so, and I said it yesterday. I said there was something different about this Boston team, and all of a sudden the mojo has swung one way. So now you got to worry about my pick and Giannis going back to the finals. I don't know, man. 2
really good teams.
Yeah.
And going to be, I hope this goes 7.
A highly skilled defensive team against Giannis, pretty much.
Giannis is all they got, according to Rob.
Today.
So anyway, last night, also a closer one, 101-98 Golden State.
Ja did not have 47 points last night. He didn't have 47 points the night before either. It's been there for a couple of days.
We're just going to leave that there because we're big fans of Ja.
What I
did realize is, speaking of Ja, is that the Memphis Grizzlies throughout the season were 20-5 without Ja Morant. So it's like almost like no problem, you know. Like I know but they're all supposed to step up, and
the problem with
Jackson Jr.
I think being 20-5 with no Ja Morant in the regular season is that they didn't play the Golden State Warriors 25 times without no Ja Morant in the regular season. So it's a different animal now.
Yeah, Warriors didn't have the lead for like 40 seconds left in the game. The Grizzlies had him like
the big block by Draymond Green, obviously.
Whatever he says. They talk about it on his podcast.
What?
Did he talk about it on his podcast?
I don't know.
Draymond
Green is a national treasure.
He really is. He's turning it. I used to listen. There's nobody that like really despised that guy. I didn't even looking at his face like that. Like me. Like I was like, this guy sucks. But now, if you have a platform and you're actually talking shit during the playoffs, it's kind of like must hear podcasting. You know what I mean? Like I have to hear what he says next because I think that's hilarious to me. But anyway, yeah. So no Ja in this one. This one series now goes 3-1. Curry goes for 32, but only 4 for 14 from beyond the arc.
How long do you think before Ja Morant starts to get hated by the NBA media? When you start seeing because
his dad's in the court every game.
He's turning into one of those.
A lot of these players, turn out this way. Like Russell Westbrook was a media darling in the beginning, and now nobody wants to fucking talk anything good positive about him.
I think he's too new to hate right now.
Well, that's what I said. Right now.
How long before?
Yeah, how long before?
I don't know.
Right now they got Luka. Nobody, he can't do anything wrong. Everybody loves Luka. Sooner or later, when you burn a franchise or when you hit free agency and everyone thinks you're going to go to their team and you decide to do what you want to do, then the entire NBA hates
unless he stays there.
Yeah.
If he stays there.
He could be a made man in Memphis. You know what I mean? If he just
absolutely.
stays there throughout his career.
Well, how about, what does that say?
If he wants to never win.
Michael Conley stayed there and he wasn't a made man and he was there forever.
Yeah, but is Conley John Morant?
I wouldn't say it was at the level of John Morant is where John Morant is now, but he was a big enough star.
I feel like John Morant could be like a Reggie Miller and just play a bunch of games and have a bunch of team records, but never actually win anything if he's in Memphis. He's gonna have to
go somewhere else, or they're gonna have to get somebody.
But then who would have thought that? I mean, when Giannis had a title, everyone was definitely saying the same thing about Giannis.
Yeah, just to clarify, the Morant,
the
Morant support from the sidelines, is he like the Ball family dad, or is he like just a supporting dad?
No, also he looks. The problem is he looks just like Usher,
I've seen that.
Yeah,
okay.
Team Morant,
but he's there every game.
There's nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong with him.
I find nothing wrong with that, and it's a new day.
Yes, it is.
In the NBA.
Anybody?
These NBA players are young, some of them, right? So their dads are like
driving him to the court.
They're younger guys, and they're just living,
have a good game,
living their dream through their son. I think it's great. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I never thought there was a problem with ball.
We never thought there was anything wrong with Steph Curry's wife hanging out with the daughter either. But then after time, that turned into drama, and exactly what this is going to happen here. Other people can't just stay out of. Let them just play basketball. We don't need to know you have a cookbook.
But my point is,
that's just my opinion.
My point is this:
you're allowed. You're entitled.
Are you ready? So, Team Morant goes out there and he's going to watch his son play.
Mm-hmm.
And you're sitting where you're going to sit because my son's the best player on the team. I'm going to sit right the fuck next to the bench or where I'm supposed to sit as the father of the star of the team. And I'm there and there's TNT cameras in my face. I'm going to talk. You know, what do you want him to do?
Well, you're not going to talk about how bad the Warriors are, how great your son is. You're just going to be like, hey, we're just here. You know, you're going to try to say the right thing on camera like we try to do here as much as possible.
Yeah, but look,
you know what I mean? As much as possible.
I don't think that there's any – I don't think that when there's a 3-point game and it's John Morant needs to shoot 2 free throws or whatever. I don't think that what his dad said the day before when he was asked a question to the media, that shit don't matter
obviously
when it comes down to it. And it just gives us stuff to talk about. I'm here for all of it.
So there's no to me right now. If just the cameras are in there, I don't think he's a distraction right now. But if he becomes like TikTok famous or some shit like that, and he becomes Mahomes' brother or Mahomes' wife who just continues to just eat up the camera, then people start to hate you. As of right now, I think it's not on the hateable level yet. I mean, if I'm in the NBA, I'm hoping my dad and mom show up.
And we bash people when they're shitty parents, and then when you got a guy that's there for every single step of the way, and he's just having a good time with it. I don't think John Morant's pissed off at his dad, and if he was, then maybe there's a conversation. I think Lonzo Ball had that conversation with his father, and
they're in commercials together now.
Since LeVar Ball has definitely scaled it back in terms of the controversy.
I think he has too.
But look, also you got to give this guy credit too. Look what he's done. Look what he did. He raised NBA stars and did his own thing and did it all.
No, he's talking about Ball.
Ball. Yeah, and even with the Team Morant thing, he dealt with being the
I've
1A to Zion throughout their entire AAU career, and John Morant.
Same team and everything. Yeah. So I get it.
John Morant, future Nick. All right. So anyway, Golden State up 3-1. Moving on to tonight. There are games to be played on the old docket. Tonight, NBA playoffs, the series tied at 2. What else is new? The Suns, who have originally in the series were showing that they were too much for just Luka. The series is now tied at 2. They're 6-point favorites against Luka and the Dallas Mavericks tonight at 10 o'clock on TNT. Obviously, I'm pulling for my Dallas Mavericks. That's pretty apparent. But I don't know. Like, the Suns are back home now. It's a different beast when Luka is in Dallas. You know what I mean? And that crowd is juiced.
A far
and those guys are
at
crazy
home than they are on the road.
100%.
The Suns are riding the high of their coach winning Coach of the Year yesterday. Monty Williams. I think that was a runaway. I don't think that's real.
They won the conference by
they had things in the bag. I think by April 1st or something.
Right. It was pretty
West
crazy.
was won. So. This is the game where I jump back on the Suns bandwagon. Game 3, I was definitely all over Dallas. It was a 1-point spread, and it was just like Dallas had showed no reason why anybody should have any faith in them other than the fact that they played great at home all year. Well, it's not at home. They got to go back to the desert. It's going to go back to just Luka. And, yeah, easy 6 in this one. Easy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. You're thinking coming to 6. I'll say that the Mavericks keep it close. Ryan coming in saying,
Rob,
if you want a great
he's
bet,
gonna read this
great bet parlay, he said the Dallas and 76ers, huge payout. Remember this comment.
Ryan, if it doesn't happen, we will shit on you for like 5 minutes tomorrow. So remember this words.
Yeah. Remember your own comment.
If it happens, we'll obviously.
Yeah, so obviously, Toast is something triggered Toast. But anyway, moving on to the second game. Who knows what he's about to blurt out. Dave is a Mavs fan, and I'm literally just pulling for the Mavericks. If I had to choose a team I want to win the championship this year, it's the Mavericks. I like Luka. That's it. It's not. I'm not sitting there like going nuts and like, oh my God, the Dallas didn't cover tonight, bro. Like I'm not crazy like that. If they lose, I don't give a shit.
I'm the biggest fraud when it comes to the NBA, but because
Dave is not a Mavs fan.
I say fraud tongue in cheek because I don't think that anybody's fanhood should be questioned. I have 13 NBA teams. This year, my favorite one is the Heat. If they lose, then I will be.
You're gonna go back to your boy Steph.
The Bucks.
Okay. Well, I chose the Mavericks to win it. That's it. Who's giving 2 minutes? What?
He said I want 10 minutes.
No, we'll give you 2.
That's what I said. We'll give you 2.
Anyway, the other game that we're talking about tonight is the Miami Heat. Obviously, Gooch's Heat are playing the 76ers. Tied at 2. Another series tied at 2. Like I said, start questioning this, ladies and gentlemen. I know you gamblers out there, you like to make your bets or whatever, but this is me. I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself that there's something a little fishy going on around here because, again, we knew going in that the Heat were the better team. All of a sudden, Harden shows up in one game, and he thinks he's going to take over the series. 3.5. I wonder if he's parlaying both money lines, by the way. I'm curious about that.
I didn't think that I thought the Sixers were worse than the Heat going into the series, but with no Embiid, it was clear as day that they were far
Now that
worse.
Embiid's back, it's a different story. Yeah. So
did you see Jimmy Butler's thing when Embiid's like,
fuck your mask.
Fuck your mask. Like right after.
That's great.
But we mentioned earlier in the show, we got the breaking news that Kyle Lowry is out. Yeah. And while at the surface,
maybe that spread's not the same anymore?
When you take that at the surface,
you guys would be the fraud war roller.
When you take that at surface value, it seems like, that's probably a bad thing. And at the end of the day, it definitely is. Kyle Lowry is a gamer, and he's definitely had postseason success. But guess who else didn't play in games 1 and 2? Kyle Lowry. They ended up beating up on Philly. Granted, no Embiid. So we'll see. I don't think it's a deal breaker for the Heat. They're still at home, and they've played well without Lowry in this series already.
So Kyle said Lowry was so bad in game 4, he doesn't even care that he's out. Makes sense. All right, so those are the NBA games tonight. We thought we had Garnett's top 5 of all time. That's not happening.
I mean, we can kind of talk about it now just because, right? 1 minute of it.
Yeah.
Garnett's top 5 of all time. Magic Johnson, point guard.
For whatever reason, this came up in whatchamacall. Mom, I know you would show up.
Here, did you delete it?
What? I didn't touch anything.
I don't see it either.
I don't think you uploaded it. I don't think I saw it at all.
Okay.
But
so it is Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, KD, KG, and Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah.
And you're saying that that's like unbeatable.
You're gonna argue with that?
Not unbeatable,
pick
but
a team right now that might even
bro, we
shut
already did
them
this
out.
before. No, he's crazy.
Shut
Listen
them
to this
out.
team he's picking. First of all,
shut them
he's
out.
He's got 2 players on a team that might match up. Two people.
So we got.
Say it again. Magic.
Since we're going 6'9" point guard and Magic Johnson, I'm picking LeBron for my.
Say one more time. One more time with the team.
Magic.
Wilt.
KG,
KD,
and Kobe. Okay. That's
so
Kevin Durant.
I would if I had to make a team that's like you can't pick any of these guys.
Can't pick those guys.
Okay, so then I would do
LeBron.
I would do LeBron and Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
I would do Shaq. And I would do, let's see, LeBron on Kobe. LeBron on KD, really. KG, who's going to fuck with KG underneath?
I'll give you 2 guys.
Giannis?
No way,
I'll put Giannis at the 3.
Giannis, and then who's running point?
LeBron.
At point?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Game over.
But there's only 4 here. I need one more guy.
Dennis Rodman.
Okay, Rodman's going to just kick
people in the dick. How about Tim Duncan, who just over Garnett? How many titles did Duncan win in his era? The same era that Garnett was in.
Ryan just named the team. CP3, Jordan, LeBron, Duncan, and Hakeem.
Yeah, I would probably put Hakeem over, maybe I wouldn't. I would probably
Shaq?
I would put Shaq in because matching up against Wilt Chamberlain, you're going to need the physical force in Shaq. But Wilt Chamberlain would get dominated by Hakeem. He would have gotten dominated by Kareem. And crazy. Bill Russell had 10 rings in his era.
And no, Scoop, I did not finish Winning Time yet. I got a couple more episodes. I think I only have one more.
So Jordan's better than Kobe. LeBron could match up with Magic Johnson on any given day. But I think
all Magic Johnson has to do is cut his arm open and use a running, and we win by 40. So, game over.
First of all,
I said it.
Is it still transmissible at this point? I don't know.
Are you going to take that risk?
Hell fucking no. I'm not taking that risk. Oh, my God. Here we go. That's what I'm talking about, Kyle. John Starks, Allen Houston, Carmelo, Charles Oakley, Patrick Ewing. You're not touching that squad.
And you're also not hitting a shot till the Broncos off the TV.
And we don't get any John Starks. It can't be game 7 of 94 John Starks. It has to be like every other game John Starks, because that game he was atrocious. What was there? Was one more thing I needed to talk about, and I think you just brought it up. Maybe, I don't know.
NFL Rookie of the Year.
We saved that. Chris said I will not comment on this topic. Yeah, because Chris thinks that every old school player is better than every new school player. And I used to have that mentality too, but I won't anymore. I'm not ignorant.
Show Dave the light.
It's not the light. It's just I think that there's better athletes nowadays than there were back then. There were grittier, nastier guys, little punch in the mouth guys back in the day, but they don't really exist anymore. It's more of a finesse game.
It's hard for me, like a guy like this may not be hard for Chris because he's like 50, but a guy like me, right? When people are like, yo, Larry Bird was so good, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I can't see it. I've watched highlights and stuff.
Yeah,
but I still can't.
To your eye, you don't think Larry Bird was good?
Not as good as like.
Nah, he was he was like. He was that dude for a little while.
I'm just as old as you, but I mean, from what I've seen and what those guys can do back then, Larry Bird was pretty goddamn good.
I don't see it. I don't.
Larry Bird was like Dirk before Dirk.
Correct. That's I was just gonna say. I was gonna compare.
He was like long.
Okay, that's a good comparison. Dirk before Dirk. But when you think of Dirk, right, as a great player, correct? Because he is a great player.
Sure is.
When I think of like great basketball players, Dirk isn't even in my Rolodex of like 20.
Well, that's crazy. Dirk,
that's nuts, bro.
When you think of NBA, does Dirk come in your head right away?
Yeah.
No, but like I'm not thinking about.
To me, he does.
I mean,
like
who does? When I think
so, I'm like,
NBA
let's think of great NBA. So I'm like Jordan, Kobe, Hakeem, Shaq.
Look, there's the Rolodex of the guys that everybody's gonna say.
Putting Dirk in the top 25 all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I had like write a piece.
So if you're talking about the top 25 player to ever lace up sneakers and step on a basketball court, all time great, no doubt.
Yeah, no, I don't think there's a question about that.
Yeah, Dirk's the man.
No.
Scoop's got
also
Larry Bird,
Fournier.
Fournier. Yes, we're all on the Fournier train, obviously, and when I
say
Rob,
all, just because he's white, bro, doesn't mean he can't.
Just Kyle on the Fournier train.
Kobe is overrated.
Oh, all right, God.
All
right, man. That's
end the
how
show.
we end the show. That way to go, Scoop. You took you sucked the life right out of this show with that garbage comment. Good Lord. Dirk top 25, but about 22, 25. Fine.
I could see that.
Fine. I mean, the tail end of the top 25, I'll take that too.
I didn't say he was top 10, boys.
Right. You said top 25 for a reason. Anyway, with that being said, ladies and gents, please be sure to like this video if you've seen this. Tell your friends about it. Spread the word. Shout out to Commander Carson and his boys over there in Poland right now at the barracks. That's awesome, by the way. That turned listen, when I tell you that I was having a rough morning, I was having a very rough morning. That comment turned it all around for me. That makes me feel really good. And makes us feel really good as a company for the support across the way. So tomorrow, obviously, we'll talk a little bit more of these NBA games that go down tonight. We'll talk, what else we got? You want to do the rookie stuff with the NFL? Because I'm curious about that too. We'll talk some NFL rookies possibly.
If anybody knows any NFL running backs that want to get fucked up by me, call them up, send them out to the studio.
That is just.
No, I'm not going to fuck anybody up.
Top 5 all time. Top 5 all time. All time top 5. Larry Bird is in your all time top 5.
Yeah, maybe top 10, but definitely close.
If you want to put him in your top 10, I can see that, but you're not going to tell me.
I'm not putting him in the top 5.
Nobody should.
To me, it starts like Jordan, LeBron, Kobe is like 3.
Look, if you can make an argument,
Kareem,
if you can make an argument that somebody's in the top 10, then by proxy, you could argue that they should be in the top 5. Because when you're talking that great, it's like we're talking preference.
We're in that same
position.
boat.
You got to almost put them in like, who are we comparing him to? He's a different player than a center. So eliminate those guys from the conversation and start comparing, the skill sets and things like that. And what does he bring to the table for his era? No doubt about it. They were a dominant team for a long time.
Kyle says, as soon as he arrives at the Chop Barbecue, he's going to beeline right at Scoop. Goldberg spear him, knock the hot dog right out of his hand. Who said there's food?
Scoop is Muslim. He's not allowed to eat pork.
Yes,
no
this is very true. You got to be careful with that. But shout out to everybody who watched the show today. Please, again, subscribe to the channel. Also, if you guys are MMA and fight fans and WWE fans, check out the brand new YouTube channel. It has 2 subscribers, ladies and gentlemen. Brand new yesterday.
I just got called old because I defended Larry Bird. I hate Larry Bird, so I'm not defending shit.
I was kidding, Kyle. We're gonna have fun. But anyway, support Chop Sports. Head on over to chopsports.shop to buy my Sturch merch or any of the shirts we have there. We have plenty of stuff.
Shout out to Jimmy Palumbo calling me when I'm doing a live show.
Well, no, he knows around 12 we should stop.
I have zero interest in what this conversation is going to be about.
It's going to be about Dave talking to Joe Matarese all fucking morning. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. We'll see you guys tomorrow.